Tell me about number 1. What level was it?
Level 1.
What does that mean?
That means you have to go back to the text to find your and support your answer that you just picked.
So once I'm there, what do I physically have to do?
Underline it and then
I need
write the
proof. I need
number.
to see that you went back. You can tell me you went back all day long, but I need to see that you went back. This question specifically told you to go back where?
to paragraph 3 and 4.
So turn to paragraphs 3 and 4. Let me see what you underlined.
I did it this time.
Good. Let me see. Perfect. Okay, I'm loving it. I see the number 1 next. Ooh, you did go back, but make sure with your red pen put a number 1 right there so I know that's your answer for number 1, okay?
I
See?
put 1/6.
See how there's a 1? Yes, because this is part of 6 too, but we'll get to that later.
I put 6 on mine too.
Check what you underline and make sure that you at least, I know you all underlined, but make sure you underlined these words in paragraph 4. Still, Hanny wished she could make something beautiful. Did everybody underline that?
Yeah.
In paragraph 4? Still, Hanny wished she could make something beautiful. Put a number 1 beside that, Christian. When I go back, according to the paragraph 3 and 4, what is the main conflict in the story? What was the right answer?
It was D.
D. It literally says, Hanny wants to make something beautiful and lasting, but her only skill seems to be whistling. Y'all got it right? Fantastic. Number 2, read the sentence from paragraph 6. What does the simile "like detectives" tell readers about Hanny and old Liddy? Okay, it's a level 2 question. It's figurative language. Okay, I told you you could use context clues. So when you go back into the text, you're trying to figure out what "like detectives" means, right? So "like detectives" isn't the context clue. It's got to be some of the other words. So when you go back into that sentence, what do you think some of the context clues could be? I'm not asking for the answer. I'm asking, together they watch the stranger closely like detectives. What's the context clues that tells me what a detective does?
Watch very closely at
Underline, watched the stranger closely. Remember, ask yourself, have I heard the word detective before? What does a detective do? Why are they watching closely? What was the right answer?
C.
C. They're interested in learning more about the stranger. If I'm a detective and I'm following someone and looking for clues and evidence, it's because I need more information, right? Number 3, read the sentence from paragraph 9. When he asked me who knew many songs, of course I thought immediately of you. Now, where have we heard the suffix ly before?
HMH.
This was your HMH lesson last week. So you did an entire lesson on the suffix ly, okay? But not only that, I have a feeling that you've probably heard the word immediately before. Anybody have an example? When have you heard the word immediately?
You need to immediately do your homework.
When do they want you to do that?
No.
Later?
Now.
After video games?
Now.
Now. Okay,
I
you have
do
one?
play a
What?
lot of video
I know.
Come here immediately.
Come here immediately. Amelia?
My friend said you have to immediately play Roblox.
I told the kids, I'll look at Graham and I'd say, you need to clean your room immediately, right? In all of those scenarios, and even in this sentence, what does the word immediately mean?
Right now.
right away.
Right away.
Perfect. We
Right away.
We all got it right. No. Aw.
Bubble in right away. Right away.
What did you think instead of?
What did you think it was, Christian? With happiness? Now, in this sentence, it was like a happy thought. Like, oh, when they were asking if somebody knew the songs, I immediately thought of you. But immediately doesn't always have a positive context to it, right? If I tell Graham, you need to clean this room immediately, or you need to come to me immediately, it's probably not because I'm happy, right? All right, number 4. Then the song gave her courage and nearly sang itself. What is the purpose of the figurative language in the sentence? So, you needed to use context clues, right? What do you think the context clue is? Go back into that text.
Gave her courage and nearly sang.
You just read me a whole sentence. The whole sentence can't be context clues. Going back into the text.
Song gave her courage.
Gave her courage. Underline it. gave her courage.
I really like this book.
All right, so the song gave her courage, and it nearly sang itself. Nearly sang itself is the figurative language, okay? The song's not literally singing itself. What do they mean by that? What do they mean by saying it's singing itself and she has courage?
Like she knows the words quickly.
Okay, she knows it right away. Why does she know it right away? Why is she able to sing the song just like without even thinking about it?
Because
What
she
was
has
the answer?
courage.
Which one talks about having courage though? Which one shows she has courage? A.
Dang it!
To show that
I chose
Hanny
A.
becomes more comfortable as the song goes on.
I
She's not nervous anymore. She's brave.
did pick A, but then I changed it to B.
Because she's not in this context. She's not learning the words. She's already knows the words. They're just coming to her immediately. She doesn't have to be worried. She doesn't have to be nervous. She gets brave, and it just sings itself. All right, number 5. What do paragraphs 19 through 21 suggest about the story setting? Now, I want to talk about this one for a second. We wrote go back to what paragraphs?
19 and 21.
19, 20, and 21. However, this is not a level 1 question, okay? Here's why. When you go back to 19, 20, and 21, you are not going to be able to underline a lot of visitors. You're not going to be able to underline machines were feared. None of those words are going to be in the text. However, there's going to be evidence or other words in the text that kind of suggest one of these things, okay? So we're looking for, is it a place with a lot of visitors? Is it a time when machines were feared? Is it a place with many bakeries and markets? Or is it a time when record players were new and exciting? Turn to paragraph 19. Now, I'm not necessarily expecting you to have anything underlined because it was not a level 1 question. However, I will be impressed if you have some of the context clues underlined that can help me figure out what's going on. So, as I read it, I'm going to tell you what to underline if you didn't, okay? So we're starting in paragraph 19. When she had finished, Bartok wound his machine, and then Hanny's voice could be heard singing out. Underline this sentence. The crowd gasped, and Hanny grinned.
Crowd, that means there's a lot of people if it's talking
Well,
about a crowd.
Not necessarily, because it depends on the size of the crowd. We have a crowd here, but it's a small crowd.
Like if
If
it
it's-
said a big crowd.
If it said large crowd or a big crowd or a crowd of 100 and it told me a number, then I would know the size. You underlined the crowd gasped and Hanny grinned. Show me a gasp. Okay, now show me a grin. Not a growl. Not a growl, a grin. A grin is a smile, okay? So the crowd gasped and Hanny grinned. Let's keep reading. That's lovely, Janice called out. Shall I sing now? Paragraph 21. How about me? Others asked. Underline this sentence. They all wanted to hear their own voices on the machine. Now, if I go back to my answer choices, would they all want to hear their voices on the machine if they feared the machine?
No.
What does feared mean?
Fear means you're scared of.
So if they were scared of the machine, would they be begging to try it? No, they'd probably be running the other direction, right? So B was not right. What's another one that's not right?
D.
C
No, D.
is not right. It is a time when record players were new and exciting. How do I know that they're excited about the record player?
Because they're all asking.
They're all asking to try. How do I know it was something new that they had never seen before? What did the crowd do? Because they gasped. Now look at C. Did what I read in 19, 20, and 21 say anything about a bakery? Muffins, bagels, bread. Did it say anything about a market?
No.
Fruits and vegetables, meat? No. So C was wrong. Now,
Right.
I haven't said anything about D yet. I want to get rid of the other ones that are wrong first. So we know B was wrong because they're not scared of it. We know C was wrong because there's no bakeries, there's no markets in those paragraphs. Now, A, I could see where you would want to choose A because it used what word?
visitor. A place where
No, you said it earlier. What word did it say?
Many people.
No, it said crowd.
crowd.
But crowd doesn't necessarily mean that it's a large crowd, okay? The correct answer was D.
Dang it!
It was a time when record players were new and exciting. We know it was new because they were all in shock. They were all gasping. They've never seen anything like that before.
And
they knew it was exciting because they all wanted to turn.
I thought it was wrong because everyone said it.
No, D was the right answer. All right, number 6. How does Bella Bartok help resolve the story's main conflict? Use details from the story to support your answer. Let me read everybody's responses. And why?
Because remember,
You take this. Thank you for letting me know before I said the answer. You take this into the pod and finish it with a pencil, okay? In paragraphs 3 and 4, the author... No, there's a chair in there. You're fine.
I have a pencil.
Thank you. That was kind of you to offer, though. In paragraphs 3 and 4, the author explained that Hanny wasn't good at carving or painting and only good at whistling. Bella Bartok helped solve her problem by singing in front of people. Now, I'm going to give you credit for starting with a capital, ending with a period. Credit for I can read your handwriting. However, this was not the problem.
Dang it!
We're going to talk about it in just a second. Let me see everyone else's, and then we'll. In paragraphs 3 and 4, the author explained that Hanny can't weave or knit and can't make something that can last forever. Bella Bartok helped solve her problem by telling her to sing in the horn and helping her know that she can at least sing pretty good. All right, I'm going to give you credit because you said singing in the horn. What was the horn?
The machine.
The machine, okay? We'll come back to that. In paragraphs 3 and 4, the author explained that Hanny tried to carve or paint. Instead, her whistling got better. Bella Bartok helped solve her problem by... I don't know what this says.
Told everyone.
About her whistling?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to give you credit for the first 2, but that was not the problem. All of you turn to number 1. Everybody turn to number 1. The question number 1. This is where we work smarter, not harder. Look at number 1. What was the question for number 1? Aiden, read it to me.
According to paragraphs 3 and 4, what is the main conflict of the story?
What's a synonym for conflict?
Problem.
Problem. So you all told me the problem was what? No. Look at what you chose.
She can't make something beautiful and lasting forever.
You all told me that Hanny wants to make something beautiful and lasting, but her only skill seems to be whistling, okay? She feels like the whistling's not something that's going to last forever. How did Bella Bartok solve that problem? He taught her to do what instead of whistle?
Sing.
But how did they make her singing last forever?
Record player.
And he recorded her, right?
Yes.
So by recording her beautiful singing, that her song is now going to be able to last forever. Y'all should not have gotten the problem wrong because you told me the problem in question 1. You got to work smarter, not harder. If question 1 asked me what was the you didn't know it was what?
I didn't know it was connected.
You didn't know it was connected? It's all the same story.
It
Yes.
was talking about the same thing.
We're talking about the same conflict. Look, number 1, what is the main conflict? Number 6, how does Bella Bartok help resolve the story's main conflict? They connected. Work smarter, not harder. All right, go to the back. These came straight from IXL last week, MM1 and MM3. Number 1 wanted to know what is the action verb. What did you guys choose?
Explorer.
Explore, okay?
Explore.
Visitors, it's okay. Visitors is a what? Verb or noun?
Now.
Because it's a person, place, or thing.
Person.
A person. A visitor is a person. A museum, is that a noun or a verb? No,
it's a noun.
It's a noun because it's a place. Yes, ma'am. Day. Noun or verb?
No, noun.
Noun because it's a thing, person, place, or thing. Remember, a verb is an action. That's why they said action verb, something you do. What can you do as a visitor at the museum?
Explore.
Explore. Okay. Number 2, what is the linking verb in sentence 5? I told everybody to go back to sentence 5. So do it right now. Go to sentence 5. No, it's right here. Look at sentence 5. I told you to look at the verb located. Put your finger on the word located.
Located.
What was the linking verb that came before it?
Is.
Is.
Yes.
The correct answer was is.
Yes.
Is located.
It's because it is. It's like located means where you are, which is where are you?
Yes. All right, number 3. What is the helping verb / main verb combination? Okay. So combination means putting it together, right? They wanted to know what was the helping verb and what was the main verb. What did you guys choose?
Can and climb.
Can climb.
Yes.
The verb is climb.